Hi everyone, it's me, Tim. Today I want to talk about your game design portfolio, or more specifically, what you as a game designer should include in a portfolio that you're sending to a game company when you apply for a job. This is me answering Game Dev Tommy, who asked for quote, advice on what a game design portfolio should really consist of and how it should be presented for someone who has not worked in a mainstream studio yet, unquote. Good question. So let me talk about exactly what I want to see. I'm going to divide it into what I expect to see and what I'd really like to see. So the expectation part is you really should include this. The I like part is if you got this, it's what I want to see, and it'll move you to the top of the pile. Before you start, though, you should probably... I've already done a video called How to Get a Job in the Industry. I'll link it below. Followed by the crux of that video, which is make a demo. Make a demo. Make a demo. I repeat myself, I know, but I keep finding people going, but I'm like, make a demo. I don't have a make a demo, but I can't make a demo. There's code, there's art, there's so much stuff available. The excuses went out 5 to 10 years ago on why you shouldn't have a demo. And bear in mind, other people are making demos. So when you don't make a demo, it kind of shows you're like, nah, I didn't feel like it. I don't really care about this that much. I don't want it. Make a demo. You may also want to look at a video. So I have a video on that. I have another video on questions I tend to ask job candidates, and it's broken up into programmer candidates and design candidates. Highly recommend you watch the one on design candidates so you can be prepared for those questions. And some of them, if you already have something in your design portfolio that would answer a question I have, like if I'm like, how would you design a crafting system? Or how would you design an intro level in WoW? And you might go, I've already done that. Here you go. Awesome. So now let's talk about, I'm going to jump into a couple of things that I expect to see in any game designer's portfolio when they apply for a job. I'm going to break those things down into broad things that I expect and a couple things of depth I expect. So for the breadth, I'm basically saying, show me various designs in whatever you are applying for. Are you a system designer? Show me a design for combat, inventory, conversation, and quests. Show me that you really understand system mechanics in a game, especially an RPG, because that's what I like to make. If you just show me combat mechanics, first of all, that's self-limiting, and also I may not be looking to hire a combat system mechanic designer. Show me you can do a lot of different systems. Similarly, if you're a level designer, show me different area types. Show me you can do a forest, and then a desert, and a dungeon. Those show very different skills, because a forest tells me you know how to convey this is a forest without completely blocking line of sight. Where desert says, I can make this feel like a desert, even though it's supposed to feel sparse, I want it to still feel like a desert. I'm not just giving you a flat, brown plain. And then for a dungeon, like I know how to do interior spaces, and I know how to reserve some for combat, and some for exploration, and some for puzzles. I know how to put in secret doors, and I know how stairs take up space. Show me. Don't tell me, show me. And then, in addition to different area types for level designers, show me you know how to show spaces that'll be used for different types. And I've already mentioned some of them, like show me you know how to make a combat space in an interior. Show me how you know how to make a puzzle. Give me a puzzle. Give me a demo of a character, and there's a puzzle I have to solve. Show me you know how to give clues. You know how to make it challenging, but also fun. If you're doing an exterior, show me that you understand POIs, points of interest. Does your exterior have things I can see so I can orient myself? Do I know I'm going north or south without having to look for a compass UI? Because there's a mountain range to the north, or there's a big plateau over there on the east. So when I see it on my right, I know I'm headed north. Show me these things. Don't talk about them, show them. Similarly, if you're a narrative designer, write wildly different characters. I've mentioned this in other videos, but if you show me 4 characters and they're all just sarcastic NPCs that you think show off your ability to be snarky, Seen it before, and especially if all four of them are like that, show me you can write a character that's not like you. Show me you can write a sociopath. Show me you can write somebody who's funny. Show me you can write someone who is so entitled it blocks their entire view of what's going on. They are owed this. Of course you would do this. That kind of thing. I want to see this, and I want it conveyed to me through their dialogue. I don't want them to tell me I'm entitled, I'm funny. Again, show me, don't tell me. And then finally, if you're a UI designer, again, show me a variety of things. Don't just show me a HUD and go, yeah, I did that HUD. Show me an options menu with all the different things that may have to come up, because maybe graphics options are done one way and sound options are done another. Show me you can do inventory. Inventory's tough. Show me a couple ways you handled inventory in different designs. Show me a quest log. And from that quest log, I should kind of understand the underlying mechanic that you either designed or assumed. So that's the breadth. That's the breadth of a portfolio. For depth, take one of those above things and go deep. And by deep, I mean it's either big. So if you're a level designer and you made a forest, make a big forest. And when I go through it, have paths in the forest, have a creek in the forest, have a little hut out there in the forest, have, an encounter space in the forest. Do all these things to show me you can make a big, realized level. Or go detailed. If you're making I'll switch to something else. Let's say you're making a quest system mechanic and you're writing down, dive deep. Show me, in your design, talk about a high level set of rules you're going to follow for your quests, and then show me how you have different kinds of quests, different quest types. This is a delivery quest. This is an escort quest. This is a find an item quest. This is a kill an NPC quest. This is explore an area quest. Show me that, and then show me how it would be displayed differently. Show me how the quest, talk about how the quest system would change the display on the player's local or world map. Talk about quest markers. Are there different quest markers for different types? Do all the quest markers show up, or do the players have to mark what quest is active, or can they have multiple active ones? How do they tell the multiple active ones apart? Go deep. Go detailed. These are things you're going to have to do if you get hired anyway, so do it now and show me you know how to do it. Another way you can go deep is show me something unique. This is harder because I'm old and I've seen it all. But if you show me something I haven't seen before, and occasionally I will leave a comment on here and I don't even remember where they are, where I've told someone, I've never seen it done that way. I've never seen anyone talk about a mechanic that way. It got my attention because I'm like, it's hard to surprise me. I'm an old guy who's been doing this since he was a teenager. If you can show me something unique that I haven't shown before, even if it's a unique twist on something that's common that nobody's done before, you will have my attention. Which, by the way, for both your breadth and depth things, that's kind of the underlying theme I'm telling you. Get my attention. If something about your portfolio grabs my interest, way more likely I'm going to want you to come in for an interview. I'm going to ask you questions about that thing, and I'm going to want to hire you. So those are the things I expect. Now let me talk about a couple things that I hope for. I wish to see this in every portfolio, but I often don't. The first thing is, hopefully the thing you go deep on is something that we do at the company I'm at, in the games we work on. Now, if it's not, then at least one of your broad things has to be. And this is where you can customize your portfolio to fit the company you're applying to. If you're applying to me, and I'm Tim Kane, the RPG guy, working at RPG company, and you give me a bunch of designs for FPSs, you can maybe understand why I'm like, okay, this person really knows first-person shooters. Too bad we're not making one. Maybe if I have a combat system design open and I'm like, oh, this person really understands gunplay, maybe. But you should customize your portfolio to call that out. Hey, you're looking for a combat system designer. I know guns. Great. So that's the first one that I hope to see. The second one is, I'm just going to repeat myself because I keep saying this and people keep either ignoring it or arguing with me. I hope that something you did, either one of your broad designs or your deep design, is an executable, is a demo, is something I can see in practice, something I can play with. Now, this isn't necessary, but it is awesome. I've talked about how much I like demos. I don't know how I can repeat myself anymore. Also, I love designers who know how to code. You don't have to be the best programmer in the world. I think a designer that knows how to code is way better at structuring their design. And I have noticed that designers who know how to code talk better to programmers and get programmers more involved in their design because they wrote it kind of knowing this can be coded. And a designer or a programmer sees that and goes, oh yeah, I can do that. Of course you can. The designer kind of thought about how it would be coded. And if you are worried about what engine you should do it in, don't. Use whatever engine you're comfortable with. Or pick an engine that's appropriate for this kind of game. If it's a side scroller, pick an engine that makes side scrollers easier. If it's, first person game, pick something that does that. I care less about the engine. In fact, if you just send me the executable, I might not even know what engine you did it in. I can guess probably, but I won't know. Just remember, a demo or anything else that grabs my attention will move that portfolio to the top of the queue. That's what you want to do. So, Game Dev Tommy, I hope this answered your question, and I hope other people found this useful as well.